Hello, everyone, and welcome to Live with the Pricing Lady. I am Janine Liston, your hostess. First of all, let me wish you a very happy new year. For those of you who follow me here, you know this is my first live episode of 2021, so welcome to all of you. This show is all about helping you turn your passion into profits through better pricing. I work with small business owners to help them build the right pricing strategies so they can price more confidently and build sustainably profitable businesses for the long term. Welcome everyone to the show. Today, we're going to be talking about fitness. Pricing fitness. So profit in a business is the ultimate sign of a healthy business. And the fastest way to impact your profitability is through your pricing. When you're getting your pricing right, it will boost your profits. When you're ignoring or you have bad or poor pricing habits, it will erode your profits until there's little or nothing left for you to enjoy. So today we're going to talk about 5 groups of pricing muscles that you can start working on to help you improve pricing in your business. So welcome once again to those of you who are watching me live, and for those of you who join me later, welcome as well. Let's dig right in. So the first muscle group that you need to tackle when it comes to pricing in your business is going to be profitability. What do I really mean here? You have got to understand how the decisions you make in your business are going to impact your profit. So yesterday I was talking with a new client and we were talking about what he should charge. Okay, this is what I talk about with most of my clients, right? And so we were talking about, and he doesn't have necessarily great needs when it comes to finances right now. And he kept saying, I don't need much. My costs are this. I don't need much. My costs are this, and kept on this train of thought. And so I started to talk to him and show him how his decisions about what's fair and what he needs versus what his business needs or what his customers value can influence not only his pricing, but then what he's going to have as profits. We started running through the numbers, and by the end, he had come to the conclusion that he needed to do something different than he originally thought. And this comes down to understanding how every decision you make about pricing, not just where you set it, but when you choose to offer special discounts, how you choose to offer them, when you make special offers to clients, when you decide to try and buy customers with discounts. All of these things have an impact, not just on the volume you get, but more importantly, the profitability. And for most small businesses like ours, the more important thing is going to be your price level and then your volume, because you generally are not going to be a large volume business. But you have got to understand this profitability thing in your business. The good news for you is I have a free tool so you can even get started on it. Actually, it's 3 tools, but one in particular is really going to be helpful for you. So if you head on over, I think I have the link in here. Yes, right here to www.janineliston.com/pricing tools. You can first start with the profit impact calculator to start understanding profitability in your business. It's a very simple tool. I believe there's even an instructional video there so that if you're not real good with numbers and whatever, it'll walk you through how to use it best for your business. So profit is this first muscle group. So understanding how those business decisions impact your business is that first group that you're going to need to work on in terms of getting fit for 2021 and pricing in your business. Number 2, clarity of who your target customer is and what they really value. So this is actually a whole group of muscles, let's put it that way, that you need to tighten up and get fit on. The first thing you have got to do is be clear about your primary target group. Now, I'm going to say this. Some of you are going to say, no, I don't want to do it, and that's okay. It just may take you a bit longer to get where you're going. Here's the thing. When you are a generalist and you try to serve everyone, your marketing becomes general, your selling becomes general, and your prices become average at best, usually sub-average. When you can focus and say, you know what, this is the number one target group for me. These other 2 or 3 are also in my periphery vision. But first, I want to really connect with and tackle and grab customers in this area. Then your marketing can be specific. Your pricing can be specific. Your selling can be specific. Everything can be geared towards that. And just because you gear it towards these people, it does not mean you won't get people in the periphery. What it does mean is you're going to have more success in getting this main target group you want. That is going to be a benefit for not just pricing, but everything else in your business. So exercise the customer muscles when it comes to pricing in your business to get fit for 2021. Number 3 has to do with having a good, solid price setting thought process. Now, here's something that many of you, I know because I hear it all the time, but many of you who are watching probably believe or did believe in the past is that there was a magic formula that someone can give you in order to calculate your prices. Well, what there is there's a thought process. Right? So it's not A plus B plus C equals Z. It is a thought process. First, we look at the customer. Then we look at what your offer is. We understand the value behind that. We do some mathematics with that information. And then we go and we check it in the marketplace and we check our cost and profit. And it's a process that you go through. Clients have worked with me are nodding their heads going, yep, that's exactly what we did, because that's what we do when I take customers through this process. Whether you're a small business or a big business, these are the things that are going to influence your pricing. If you do not have a thought process or a way to go about and consistently decide what prices are the right price levels for what you offer and who you're targeting, then you are just going to struggle. You're going to be like a fish out of water, or you're going to be, trying to run that marathon and, as we say, sucking wind along the way because you're just not fit enough to do it in the most efficient and best way for your business. So this is another muscle group. We call it price setting thought process, if you will. That muscle group is something that you also need to tackle at some point in time. Now, I'm going through all these 5, and it's going to seem like a lot for you, but don't worry if you stay with me through the end. I do have something that will help you identify where to start first when it comes to these muscle groups. So let's move on to muscle group number 4. And this is having to do with getting your prices. So once you put your prices out there in the marketplace, it's not a matter of sitting back and kind of doing nothing and waiting for customers to come. It is a matter of being able to communicate them and work with them in the most effective way. So I call it, set the price and get it. So get it, or communicating prices, this is the next muscle group. And there are lots of little things that happen, or little muscles that we need to exercise in this area. One is being able to confidently answer the question, what do you charge? Yeah. And the best way to be able to answer that question is have done the step before, which is know where your prices come from and have set the right prices. That is going to give you the most confidence because you're going to understand why your prices need to be what they are, right? So then you have dealing with other things like, lost my train of thought there. Like when somebody objects to your price or challenges you on your price, or when someone asks for something you've never offered before. This happens all the time, right? So these are the types of situations that you need to be able to handle when it comes to getting the price in the end. That is group number 4. Then we have the last group number 5, and this has to do with how you manage prices over time. Now, for some of you who have watched my videos before, you're going to think this sounds a little bit familiar. It reminds you of a little stone bridge that I talk about quite often, and it's because it's very much similar. The last muscle group you need to exercise when it comes to pricing in your business has to do with how you manage prices going forward. When you have new offers, how are you setting those prices? How are you adapting the prices of other items in your portfolio of what you offer? How do you adapt prices when things change with your customers or your business and your industry, with your competitors? These are the types of things, because let's face it, the things that we base the prices on, the things that we talked about in the price setting thought process are changing over time, and that means your price is going to change over time too. So these are the 5 steps. Let me just run through them real quick here. Muscle group number 1 has to do with understanding your profit. Number 2 is clarity on who your primary target group is and what they truly value. Not what you think they do, but what they actually do. Number 3 is price setting and having a solid price setting thought process. Number 4 is getting those prices with great communication around your pricing. And the last one is how you're going to manage them day to day moving forward. One of the things that I like to emphasize to people, so I do a lot of work also with new business owners. And recently I was talking to a couple of them, and I said, pricing is actually a way of being in your business. It's not an activity you just sit down, do once, and you walk away from, but it's actually something you need to actively be doing in your business at all times. And most of my clients will tell you that they understand that now, and they're able to embrace that in their business, and it's changed things for them. Because when you're on top of your pricing, you have a finger on the pulse of the profit in your business. And as I said at the very beginning of this episode, profitability in a business is the primary health indicator that you have a healthy business. So that's why we want to make sure that everything is set in place. One other thing I wanted to share with you today is that I have a pricing scorecard. This is that tool I was talking about that will help you to determine what in these areas is where maybe you need to start focusing your efforts first. So these 5 things, there's a lot of different aspects to each one of them. And you need to figure out, okay, where do I start with all this, Janine? Because this is a lot. And little steps are going to be better here. So you can head over to JanineListon.com/pricing scorecard and fill out the quiz there. And then you'll get a personalized scorecard from me with your results. And you'll be able to see which areas you can start making changes in first, because those areas are the weakest or they influence other aspects of your pricing. Excuse me. So head on over to the scorecard there and grab that so that you can get started right away. When you start right in the beginning of the year, it will carry through on out the year. And that's what I want from you. I want to help you turn your passion straight through into profits. That's what I have for you today. I thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. And those of you who are watching me later, hello as well. If at any time you have any questions, you can do one of 2 things. You can go ahead and plop something into the comments. This is being live streamed to Facebook, to YouTube, and my website. So you have plenty of options for putting things in the comments there. The other thing you can do is you can go ahead and book a discovery call with me. Looking right here for it. There it is, the link for that discovery call. You can go ahead and book that. It's a short little call. You can tell me about what's going on about in pricing in your business, and we'll discuss about whether or not I can help you or how best I can help you and where we go from there. So go on over to JanineListon.com/discovery call and set that up for when you are ready. That's it, folks. I wish you all the best. Have a great start to the new year. And as always, everyone, enjoy pricing.